Why do you get up in the morning? What gives your life meaning and purpose? Many people can't answer these questions. Even worse, they're stuck in dysfunctional lifestyles that prevent them from ever finding out what their purpose is. In Ikigai, the Japanese secret to a long and happy life, author and blogger Hector Garcia, author of A Geek in Japan, and novelist and self-help writer Francesc Miralles teach you to apply the Japanese concept of Ikigai, or life purpose, to your own life, drawing on lessons from the people of Okinawa, who live longer than anybody else on Earth, as well as on insights from art, science, and psychology. They show you how to find and follow your own Ikigai and cultivate a happy, healthy lifestyle to sustain it. New section. Ikigai, your reason for being. The word Ikigai is essentially the Japanese equivalent of the French raison d'être, meaning a person's reason for existing or life purpose. According to the Japanese, each of us has a different Ikigai. Your Ikigai could center on an art or craft, a sport, your job, or any number of things. Furthermore, you don't necessarily have just a single Ikigai. Einstein, for example, had two, physics and playing the violin. He said that if he hadn't been a physicist, he would have devoted his life to music. New section. Living long and well. The people of Okinawa hold the concept of Ikigai at the center of their lives. They're also the world's longest-lived people. In fact, Okinawa is chief among the world's 5 blue zones, the geographic regions where people live the longest. Scientists who have studied these zones say the keys to their residents' longevity are diet, exercise, strong social ties, and having a life purpose. Thus, knowledge of the Okinawans' way of life can illuminate your search for your own Ikigai and teach you to embody your Ikigai in a long life of personal fulfillment. Life in Ogimi. To learn how these blue zone factors play out in Japan, Garcia and Miralles visited the rural Okinawan town of Ogimi, whose residents have the longest average lifespan of all Okinawans. The authors learned that life on Ogimi is both intense and relaxed. The residents are always busy but calm, with each person pursuing their Ikigai in a relaxed but passionate way. Everybody in Ogimi knows their Ikigai, but they don't obsess over it. The people of Ogimi all grow their own vegetable gardens, celebrate frequently, and work together in community. Spirituality plays an important part in their lives. Instead of retiring when their official professional lives are over, they remain highly active. They do this especially through participation in family-like groupings called moai, which share funds, play games, provide mutual security, and perform volunteer work. Garcia and Miralles interviewed 100 of Ogimi's oldest residents and came away with the following 5 principles or life lessons that encapsulate the town's lifestyle of longevity. 1. Refuse to worry. 2. Create positive habits such as growing a garden, exercising, and cultivating spirituality. 3. Feed and nurture your friendships each day. 4. Live unhurried. 5. Choose optimism. Garcia and Miralles also concluded that Ikigai stands above and behind all 5 of these principles and constitutes the heart of Japanese longevity. New section. Finding your Ikigai. Your own Ikigai is hidden deep within, so you have to search for it. However, Okinawans say you shouldn't become preoccupied with finding it. Instead, let your Ikigai find you as you occupy yourself with doing what you love in the company of people who love and care for you. That said, you can still benefit from working to find your Ikigai in a relaxed but focused way. 2 specific methods for doing this are the practice of logotherapy and morita therapy. Even though these are both formalized systems of psychotherapy, general knowledge of their principles can be useful for finding your Ikigai, regardless of whether or not you receive actual treatment. Logotherapy. Western psychology offers a significant aid to finding your Ikigai in the form of logotherapy, created by Viktor Frankl, a psychologist and a survivor of Auschwitz. Following his experiences in the concentration camp, Frankl famously declared that you can take away everything from a person except their ability to choose their attitude. Logotherapy is unique among Western forms of psychotherapy because it focuses explicitly on helping people find meaning. Like Japan's Ikigai, logotherapy says we don't create our life's meaning. Instead, we discover it. Each person's meaning is unique, but it isn't static. It evolves throughout life. In a logotherapy session, the therapist helps the patient realize that negative feelings and neuroses are actually the desire for a meaningful life. Once the patient discovers her life purpose, Ikigai, she can freely accept it and move forward to overcome her problems. Morita therapy. The Japanese form of life therapy, known as Morita therapy, is also based on the idea of life purpose. Starting from the premise that we should accept our emotions instead of controlling them, Morita therapy has the patient go on absolute bed rest and simply observe her emotions in total silence for a week. Then, the protocol gradually reintroduces the patient to activities such as gardening and chopping wood, while also having the patient keep a diary and do breathing exercises. Eventually, the patient rejoins the wider world with a new sense of purpose, having cleared out mental emotional clutter and seen clearly what she is supposed to do. New section. Finding flow. Learning to experience the state of flow can also help you discover your Ikigai and build the pursuit of it into your life. This is because to experience flow, you have to ask yourself which activities you enjoy so much that they make you forget about everything else, including your worries and the passing of time. The answer to this question points toward your Ikigai. Flow occurs when you're so immersed in an experience that you're totally focused. You lose your sense of time and simply inhabit the moment. It's a state of optimal experience, heightened creativity, delight, and heightened performance that everyone from chess masters to master artists to Olympic athletes inhabit when they do their work. Achieving flow. Achieving flow requires you to devote more time to activities that generate it for you. Here are some specific tips for achieving flow. As you practice them, pay attention to the activities where it seems most natural for you to enter flow, and consider whether your Ikigai might reside in them. Choose a task that's difficult but doable, something just beyond your current ability. Give yourself a clear objective. For example, if you're a writer, set a minimum daily word count. Once you've set your objective, put it out of your mind and simply work wholeheartedly. Focus on just one task. This may be the most important strategy. Single tasking makes you more productive, creative, and flow-prone. Short form note. For more on learning to focus, read our summary of deep work. Remove or mitigate distractions. For example, turn off your phone, take a technological fast, limit your email activity, and train yourself to remain mentally in the present moment. Short form note. For help in learning to eliminate distractions and achieve a state of focus, read our summary of Indistractable. To learn how to deal with specifically digital distractions, read our summary of Digital Minimalism. Note that you can enjoy flow in any mundane task. It isn't reserved exclusively for the moments when you are directly practicing your larger life purpose. Microflow is the state of flow that you can enter while doing such things as mowing the lawn and handling paperwork. You can also use daily rituals to help encourage flow. For example, come up with repeatable ways of making your breakfast, washing your dishes, entering your office, or beginning work. Living in flow. Having learned to experience flow and use it to locate your Ikigai, the next thing to do is to integrate flow ever more fully into your life and work until you express your flow-creating Ikigai in your whole life. For a helpful illustration of this, consider the Japanese artisans called takumis. who learn to flow with their Ikigai as they become masters of a highly particular craft. Various industries employ takumis, from automobile makers to entertainment companies. Takumis protect their space and deliberately order and limit their lives to create distraction-free environments that are conducive to entering flow and fulfilling their Ikigai. The novelist Haruki Murakami, for example, maintains a tiny circle of friends and only appears in public every few years. Short-form note. For more on the concept of flow, read our summary of Mihai Csikszentmihalyi's book, Flow. New section. Staying young. After finding your Ikigai and learning to flow with it, the next thing to do is to start building wholesome and healthful practices into all areas of life to support your Ikigai. These practices will promote vitality and longevity, thus giving you plenty of energy to devote to your Ikigai, along with plenty of time to pursue and fulfill it. The mind-body connection. To begin with, understand the important role that your mind plays in aging, and start working to keep your mind strong. Be especially aware of the negative effects of mental and emotional stress, which weaken your memory and contribute to such conditions as depression, insomnia, and high blood pressure. Furthermore, stress triggers your body's immune response even when there's no sickness present. This makes your body attack itself and damage healthy cells, causing them to age prematurely. In other words, stress literally makes you age faster. You can counter stress by maintaining an attitude of serenity and calm self-awareness. In turn, this attitude gains momentum when you know your Ikigai and pursue it in a state of flow. Also learn to exercise your mind, which is just as important to staving off aging as exercising your body. Exercising your mind by doing such things as stepping outside your comfort zone or learning a new skill revitalizes your brain by growing new neural connections. Moving your body. Along with minding your mind-body connection, avoid too much sitting and inactivity. The hyper-sedentary lifestyle of most modern societies contributes to a variety of health problems, including cardiovascular disease and cancer. Remember, exercise is one of the longevity factors for Blue Zone residents. However, they get their exercise not necessarily by going to the gym, but just by staying active. You can easily employ this principle yourself by walking to work, taking the stairs, joining a sports team, and so on. For a more formal approach to bringing more movement to your life, consider practicing one or more of the following Eastern mind-body disciplines. These disciplines all invoke the important mind-body connection by combining gentle physical exercise with awareness of your breath. Radio Taizo. Radio Taizo dates back to before World War II and gets its name from the fact that instructions used to be broadcast through radio. About 30% of Japanese people practice this morning warm-up exercise every day in group settings. In Ogimi, nearly everybody does it, even nursing home residents. A workout takes 5 or 10 minutes and serves to exercise your joints. Yoga. Yoga originated in India as a way to unite and purify the mind and body, while bringing people closer to both their personal nature and the divine. The most widely practiced form of yoga in the West, and also in Japan, is the body-focused style called Hatha Yoga. It consists of practicing different asanas, physical poses or postures, to balance your energies. Tai Chi. Originally intended as a discipline for personal growth, self-defense, and mind-body healing, Tai Chi is now widely known as a general method of exercise. All Tai Chi styles have the same goals. 1. Use stillness to control movement. 2. Use finesse to overcome force. 3. Arrive first, move second. 4. Know both your opponent and yourself. Qigong. The word Qigong translates roughly as working with the life force or cultivating life energy. It's a Chinese art loosely related to Tai Chi that seeks to strengthen a person's qi, inner energy, through movement, breathing, and meditation. Qigong teaches that by learning to regulate your inner energy currents, you can unify your entire being. Studies have shown that Qigong is associated with many health benefits, including improved heart health, better blood flow to the brain, and better balance among the sex hormones. The importance of sleep. As you're integrating more physical movement into your life, be sure not to skimp on sleep, which is a major anti-aging tool. Sleep generates melatonin, which strengthens your immune system, smooths your skin, and has other powerful benefits. Eating well. To support the pursuit of your Ikigai through healthy living, establishing a healthy mind-body relationship through inner calm and gentle movement is necessary, but not sufficient. You also have to eat well. The Okinawan diet. A variety of research has uncovered the principles that underlie the way Okinawans eat. Understanding these principles is important to anybody who's interested in fulfilling their Ikigai, because the Okinawans' dietary principles, like every other aspect of their lives, are linked both to their pursuit of Ikigai and to their longevity. Eating little. Okinawans eat very little overall, averaging only 1,785 calories per day. Not insignificantly, people in all 5 of the world's blue zones likewise consume fewer calories than people in other parts of the world. Moreover, modern medical science has verified lowered caloric intake as a contributor to improved health. You can easily follow the Okinawan example of eating less. A particularly Japanese way to practice calorie restriction is to employ Japan's 80% rule, or hara hachibu, which says you should stop eating when you feel 80% full. You can also get the same effects as hara hachibu by practicing intermittent fasting. Just remember that when you practice calorie restriction, you must stay healthy by eating only foods with a high nutritional value. Eating a varied diet. While Okinawans may eat very little, the food they do eat is highly varied. Their diet includes an average of 18 different foods per day. They use the metaphor of a rainbow to determine whether they've achieved the desired variety. Is there a multiplicity of colors on the plate? Okinawans base their diet on grains, primarily white rice. They eat at least 5 servings of vegetables and fruits daily, filling more than 30% of their diet with vegetables. They eat sugar rarely, and when they do, it's cane sugar. They eat very little salt, only 7 grams per day. The antioxidant connection. The Okinawan diet is extremely rich in antioxidants. Okinawans eat 15 high antioxidant foods almost every day, including tofu, miso, tuna, sea kelp, soy sprouts, and sweet potatoes. Antioxidants slow down the oxidation process in your cells by fighting free radicals, molecules that cause cellular oxidation and may contribute to cancer. For Westerners who can't get their hands on Japan's antioxidant-rich foods, there are many other readily available foods that achieve the same effect, such as broccoli and chard, oily fish, such as salmon and sardines, citrus fruits, berries, oats, wheat, olive oil, and red wine. Okinawans also drink a lot of antioxidant-rich tea, especially sanpincha, a mixture of jasmine flowers with green tea. Sanpincha relieves stress, lowers cholesterol, strengthens the immune system, and reduces heart attack risk. You can get some of the same benefits by drinking jasmine tea or green tea of very high quality. White tea, which has the highest antioxidant effect of any natural food, is also a good choice. New section. Becoming resilient. Having learned how to find your Ikigai, having built it into your life through flow, and having learned to stay young and healthy, now you must learn to be resilient. Resilience is the ability to handle setbacks and just keep going. A strong attitude of resilience is associated with having a clearly defined Ikigai. In fact, resilience and Ikigai are mutually reinforcing. People who clearly know their Ikigai tend to be resilient in their pursuit of it, while resilience is a quality that enables them to keep on pursuing their Ikigai with passion, even in the face of setbacks and difficulties. Here are some specific ways you can learn to practice resilience. Embracing impermanence and imperfection. The Japanese concepts of wabi-sabi and ichigo-ichie can help you discover resilience. Wabi-sabi means finding beauty in imperfection, in things that are incomplete or flawed, since such things reflect the reality of an imperfect and fleeting world. A standard example is to find aesthetic and even philosophical value in a cracked teacup. Ichigo-ichie is the Japanese attitude of recognizing that the current moment only exists right now and will never come again. To apply it, quit losing yourself in memories and speculations and remain mentally present instead. You can see this attitude in play in Japanese architecture. Unlike the West's cathedrals and skyscrapers, traditional Japanese buildings are made of wood, reflecting the spirit of valuing imperfection and recognizing impermanence. Practicing wabi-sabi and ichigo-ichie can help you to remain resilient, live in the present, and enjoy each moment by finding beauty in imperfection and recognizing imperfection as an opportunity for growth. These concepts also teach that because all things vanish, you have to live your Ikigai now or risk never living it at all. Lessons from Buddhism and Stoicism. Two famous historical examples further illustrate the practice and value of resilience and illustrate the principles of wabi-sabi and ichigo-ichie. First, Siddhartha Gautama, better known as the Buddha, awakened to the realization that all life is impermanent and full of suffering. Born a prince, he rejected his wealth and position and went on a quest for enlightenment that led him to sample the extremes of both indulgent pleasure and strict asceticism. In the end, he realized that it was better to follow the middle way of moderation, neither rejecting pleasures nor becoming enslaved to them. This attitude enabled him and his followers to remain calm and resilient in the face of life's empty turmoil. Second, and similarly, the ancient Greek philosophy of Stoicism taught people to control their pleasures and desires in order to avoid being controlled by them. Like Buddhism, it taught people to reduce their ego and take control of negative emotions. Stoics were also careful to distinguish between what happens and how you react to it. They said true satisfaction only comes from achieving a state of resilient tranquility, or apatheia, characterized by freedom from passion, so that you don't mind what happens or doesn't happen. Becoming anti-fragile. In your quest to become resilient, you can also benefit from learning about the advanced state of resilience that Nassim Taleb has termed anti-fragility. When anti-fragile things are harmed, they don't just survive, they get stronger. Becoming anti-fragile is the ultimate way to underwrite the lifelong fulfillment of your Ikigai. If you're anti-fragile, the many challenges you'll inevitably face when pursuing your Ikigai will only intensify your pursuit of it by giving you added strength, skills, and determination. Here are some steps to help you become anti-fragile on a practical level. Create redundancies in your life, such as multiple streams of income or multiple friends. Then you won't be totally destroyed if something happens to one of them. Adopt a safe and conservative approach in some life areas while taking small risks in others. Diversify your portfolio in everything from finances to friends to career. Maintain a core of safe stability while taking some calculated risks that could really pay off. Remove from your life whatever makes you fragile, such as poor eating habits. Anti-fragility also harmonizes beautifully with wabi-sabi and ichigo-ichie. When you become anti-fragile, you learn to welcome life's uncertainty, imperfection, and fleetingness, because these things actually serve to strengthen you. Short-form note: for more on anti-fragility, read our summary of Taleb's book, Anti-Fragile. New section: The 10 Commandments of Ikigai. To cap off this book's exploration of Ikigai and how to build your life around it, here's a list of 10 core rules of Ikigai, condensed from all of the previous information. Use these rules as a map for fulfilling your life purpose in loving community with other people and the world around you. 1. Don't retire. 2. Don't hurry. 3. Eat well and don't overeat. 4. Have friends around you. 5. Keep moving. 6. Keep smiling. 7. Get in touch with nature. 8. Be thankful. 9. Remain mentally present. 10. Follow your unique talent and passion. If you are still not sure what your Ikigai is, follow Viktor Frankl's advice. When you don't know your mission, your current mission is to find it.